o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I speak on behalf of the Gainesville City Commission, and this has been a project long in coming and much overdue, and for that the whole community is very grateful. The first thing to point out really is that this is the community's department. This belongs to our community, and you know, in many ways the police represent the first face of our community. That's who many people see, and oftentimes just out on patrol. So it gives a sense of reassurance to know that there's a presence in the community committed to our safety and well-being. And that's really the first face that many people have, but other people have that first experience in times of distress. And again, it's a great reassurance to us to know that there are so many men and women who are willing to commit their careers and their lives to such a noble endeavor, one that many other folks frankly don't want to do because of the risk that it entails. And that's the nature of a free society. One of the hallmark characteristics of a free society is the inherent risk of living in it. And this is where, most importantly, why many of us call our public safety agencies our first service, is just because of that factor. Oftentimes this risk is entailed by mistakes. Mistakes happen, bad things happen. And when that occasion occurs, it's these people who shift the risk onto themselves to try and bring relief, comfort, and aid to those in need. And then there's the other kind of risk. And that's caused by malice. And sadly, we are reminded daily that we live in a dangerous world where evil still exists. There are barbarians at the gate. And it is the men and women who wear these uniforms that stand as the first line on our behalf. And they do it every day through dedicated service. And this Hall of Heroes represents some of those who have given all for our safety and our well-being. So as long as this community stands together, and as long as this community stands to prosper and be a place that's attractive to everyone, then we will always look to our men and women in law enforcement, to our public safety agencies as the first service that your city government provides. And on behalf of the Gainesville City Commission, we are grateful to be here today. Thank you.
This has been a long and tedious process, and quite frankly, it's taken a lot out of some of us. When I started with this project about 4.5 years ago, I was only 200 pounds. Nobody believes that. But it has been a long task, and I have to express some appreciation to the chief and the major, as well as the city manager, for having the confidence that I would guide the ship in the right direction, and assisted by Assistant City Manager Fred Murray and my partners in crime, Reed Rivers. We think that we produced a good building, and we think that it will be something that will bear fruit in the future for you. It's been a long process, and it's a culmination here of that process. And what we tried to incorporate into this building is respect for the past, respect for the sacrifices that were made. This room itself is called the Hall of Heroes. And you notice that on that wall back there, there are 4 faces there. Those are the 4 officers that have died in the line of duty working for the Gainesville Police Department. On the outside of this door, you'll see Hall of Heroes, and you have the 4 names: Pinkston, Stevenson, Baird, and Dollum. Now, I would hope, and it's my prayer, that we don't have to add to those names. But life being what it is, the chances are one day we will. And it's a reminder to the citizens of the sacrifices that the people that work here are willing to make. And some have made the ultimate sacrifice.
City Manager Blackburn, it is my pleasure and I am proud to report that the team was up to the challenge, and I present to you the new Gainesville Police Headquarters and Physical Training Facility. Thank you.
We often think about buildings, and Howard Jolly, the architect, is here today, and Gilbane, the constructor, all of the team you've heard about, Lonnie and Reed Rivers, who did a wonderful job. But really, we're doing it all for you, for our community. We have 125,000 residents in Gainesville. Each of us have goals, desires. We want to live in a safe place. We want to make sure that our community reflects the best of everything we have to offer. The buildings that we live in, the buildings that we work out of, are really examples of what we are as a community and what we want to be. What's important about this building, and you heard it from Lonnie, the core of this building is built around you. We didn't start with a communication center. We didn't start with the crime lab. We didn't start with the chief's office. We started right here with the community room. The building is yours. We hope that all of our community members will actively use it. I've already been talking to Lonnie about and to Chief Jones about how often the building is already scheduled for different events, different options, and different ways to engage our community. And we are very proud that you, the City Commission, the former City Commissioners, gave us the opportunity to add to the fabric of our city. Thank you very much.
When I look at where we come from, 88 years ago, 1926, 3 officers, one was even a chief, was in the basement of a police department called the Gainesville Police Department, and that's where we started. 88 years ago, to this journey of where we are today. Then in 1953, Chief Joyner built this building, had 5 jail cells at 721 Northwest 6th Street, 40 police officers. And he had a vision that he'll go further from there. 1962, another iteration of the Gainesville Police Department. 19,000 square feet was added on to what they had. And then in 1980, 83, Chief Atkins Warren, he came. And he said, you know, we need a modern police department. Many of us worked in that building, and we needed a police department. And we built that agency. And then I fast forward to where we are today. 307 police officers, 62 civilians, an army of volunteers. We needed a new police agency. And I want to thank the commission. I want to thank the citizens for making this particular dream come true. Many of our officers had never worked in the Gainesville Police Department. They were hired after it was tore down. And they kept saying, Chief, you sure this gonna happen? And I'm like, just hold on. We're gonna have a quality police department that's gonna have a state-of-the-art physical fitness facility, state-of-the-art building, and a state-of-the-art community room. Look at this community room, this Hall of Heroes. Citizens will be in this Hall of Heroes while we work and collaborate on greater partnerships. But to make all this happen, I had to rely on our staff under the guidance of the people that was named, Mr. Murray and all those, to make this happen. But before we even got there, we had to get the money, some from bond, some from forfeiture funds. Yeah, the bad guys, y'all did a good job. y'all did a good job. Some for forfeiture funds to make this happen. I can remember at one of the commission meetings, Commissioner Henry back there said, you sure that's enough? And he added some more because we needed it, because we were not going to sell our citizens, our officers in this community short. This building today is history. Police agencies are expected to last buildings 40 to 50 years, 30 to 40 years, rather. And so today, we're going to pass the torch. This will be the opening of a building that we hope that will be here for years and generations to come.
I am so proud to be living in Gainesville today. This is really, really the pride of my district. And I have many, many thanks to former Commissioner Sherwin Henry, who started this, and then I get to have my name on the plaque. It's a funny thing how that happens. Some of the buildings will start right now, some other commissioner's plaque name will be on that plaque. But it was his vision and the commission that he sat on that saw forth to move this building forward, and I'd like to give him credit for that. I'm very, very pleased and very proud of all the aspirations and drives and innovation and state-of-the-art technology that I'm so distracted by it, I can barely pay attention to the program. It's going to be a wonderful facility. I did come in and tour it while they were building the bones of it, and the bones are strong, very strong bones. All the walls and the floors, they're very, very storm strong. I'm very, very proud of it. I'm proud to be in Gainesville, and I'm proud to be your commissioner.
I'm proud of our partnerships with our other law enforcement agencies. Many of our alumni are here. Many still serve. The Sheriff's Office is a classic example of that. Their number one, the Sheriff, and their number two are both Gainesville Police Department alumni, and we're proud of that. Santa Fe Police Department is a former GPD captain. We're all over the place, and law enforcement is in good hands in this city, in this county.
All right.
Okay.
It took a lot to do this, a lot of missed days of vacation, a lot of missed days of everything you could think of, and it's been a long and arduous journey. But we're pleased that the structure is rated Category 3+. It's designed to operate as the Emergency Operations Center in the event of a hurricane or any other severe weather event or emergency management situation. Also, this room here is an example of the generator supported electricity for this facility. I think about 30 to 40% of the facility is set up that way, and we have a jack for a junction box for another generator if we needed it. But you know, we want you to get out and walk around and see your police department. We want you to walk and go into the rooms and see what you own, because we work for you.